Hey Sherry, glad to see you. It is high time I get my butt doing some streams again on a consistent basis, so hopefully I'll catch some of you guys. And let me just yeah, let me know if my audio's okay, and then I'm just gonna get to it. Hey Linda, glad to see you. I know it's been a little sporadic, but I swear to goodness, my days go by so dang fast. It is shocking to me. And whenever I'm trying to do like new creative work, it's just, I don't know, it's so like kind of not linear, and maybe I'm not the fastest person as well. So it's just been like a bit frustrating because okay, oh, thank you so much, Sherry. It's been frustrating because I just want to get like so many things done and I have so many projects I want to do. And then it's just like everything takes so flipping long. But I'm glad that I finally got out the new brushes, the Whisper Thin, and big shout out to Pauline Van der Spui. I think I'm not pronouncing it right, but anyway, she helped me with the name on that, so that was awesome. And yeah, just got that launched today. If you're a Behance subscriber, go ahead and download it. And I was just this brush collection came together like a little bit fast, and I think it will be really nice. It's a nice collection to use when you want to have some things with like translucency and transparency, and kind of to take advantage of them. And they're very soft brushes, and it's really interesting because they started out like as kind of like some bristle brush tips, but how they kind of end up like working is more like watercolors. Oh, Linda, you feel me? Oh my gosh, seriously, oh, it's crazy how fast the day goes, and just it's making me crazy. Um, yeah. Oh, glad to see you, Ruth Ann. I'm glad that you're, even if you're working, just, let it play in the background, and, we're glad to have you here. But yeah, so they kind of play out like watercolors a little bit, and I really like playing with that pressure sensitivity. If you're not using a pen tablet, I highly recommend it. Or if you're using a mouse, you can always control it with via the flow if you want more transparency. But what I like is that if you're pressing down hard, or you're using these in maybe like a smaller size, you're going to get more of the feel of the watercolor. But as you increase the brush size, you're going to get feeling more of the texture and stuff. So that's like a lot of fun. Um, yes, Sherry. Oh my gosh, absolutely. I have a billion things I want to do, and I'm trying to like just outsource some of my admin and everything, and it's nothing's getting done, like nothing. It's shocking, it's crazy. um Hey Jetta, really glad, happy to see you. Yay, I'm glad I got to catch some of you guys. It's a little bit hard for me with these, like doing it late at night and everything. But yeah, so I really liked how this little mini set turned out. I have some more brushes that I'm like working on as well, but I was just glad to get these out. And I really like some of the little patterns that are coming out in like say brush 3. So like on each of the brushes on the preview sheet, what I did was I kind of did them at a smaller size up on top, and then actually, I alternated it, but I tried to show the brush at like a little bit of a, show all of the transparencies or the, opacities, and then also like kind of a up close of it so you can see like some of the pattern that's coming out. So, yeah, glad like I got that launched publicly, even for my newsletter friends and everything. Oh, hey, glad to see you. Nice to see you, okay, WebEx Media. And yeah, so we got the brushes out. They're done. Brush number 2, by the way, is one of my special favorites. I am like, love what's happening here. So right now I am in brainstorm mode. So what I'm trying to do is kind of give you guys, I'm trying to make some little ditties for my preview images and like give you guys some ideas on what you can do. So that's where I'm at now. I did make a little flower that I think it will be cool today, so I'll demo you that. But really, I just had launched the brushes, and I haven't had time to make much demos. But here is like the first little preview I threw together really fast, and I was just wanted to make some kind of little cherry, but just it's a really like nice example of how you can have like the softness, the watercolor feel, but there's a little texture in these brushes, as you can see like here. And what I did was, I mean, this is a real, you can't get hardly any more simpler with this, but just really simple shapes, but just layering up and grabbing. In fact, with this one, I grabbed some like reds that I already had, you know, some color palettes from say my jewel tones, and then also from my impressionist. So I just grabbed what I had. I actually had some red palettes available, so that worked out good to make those cherry kind of things and just layer them up. And I was gonna show this, but I think I'll go into the flower first, and this is pretty self-explanatory, but I will put the my demo files. It'll be tomorrow, but for my Behance subscribers, I'm going to put you some resources of like my demo files that I've created, like also with the oh gosh, what do you call it? With the little jellyfish illustration that I did with the cover image. So you can kind of, that way you can learn, you can pick those apart if you want. And then also I was playing around with just very simple motifs with these brushes. Like for example, this, I was kind of playing around with maybe doing like some little citrus shapes, super basic, but all this was just, you know, taking like a single brush, and you know, you can use, oh, let's see here. Like here, I kind of like the little motif that I did here that I was starting. And it's really just, I just drew some kind of circles, you know, like picked one of the brushes and drew a little circle. And then also I used my lasso tool and filled it in and created like some leaves and stuff like I did over there. So I just made a really rough shape. And I think I grabbed like my citrus color palettes or something. I don't know. But, you know, just take any brush and like, you know, fill in that shape, and you can make the brush bigger, you know, take advantage of that transparency. So this is some, I'll be trying to post some more of these, like maybe not a full tutorials, but just post some of these ideas for you guys on social media, because I want to give you just a jumping off point of like some ideas of like what you could do with the brushes. And so I think that there's a lot of things, even just like this was just drawing out some of the brushes, but I think we can make some really cool abstract backgrounds. So feel free, now that you guys have the brushes, to also share your stuff in the Facebook group. And as I go into the, I'm going to go into the tutorial or whatever, but of course, if any of you guys are new here and you're not familiar with the technique, I've got a link down below for the pattern stamp technique, for the multicolor technique. So this was what I played with like just a little bit ago. And I mean, literally doing this at the last second. But I kind of wanted to play with this idea of depth. And then I started just kind of like, this is just a little ditty, a little motif, but I'll just show you how I did this. It's weird though, because I wanted to be very abstract, and it's like how it kind of turned out was a little bit like a kind of, I don't know, kind of eerie, kind of weird looking motif, and almost like a little bit like Mid-Journey or something, but which I'm not really excited about. But anyway, it's something that I did. But I kind of wanted to play with this idea of like having this black background and having some of those like a leaf like this, but having them kind of fade and play with that black behind it, or the dark color behind it, and just kind of play with that idea and that sort of softness and volume. So I'll just show you how I did this, and then this is like not my final thing, but just to give you a little idea, and it might give you a jumping off point. But let me hold on one second here. Like, so yeah, we'll do this for the main tutorial. It'll be fun. I'm going to duplicate these layers onto a new document. I'm selecting them, and then that way it'll have my starting thing. And then there's my little sketch that I started with. And it didn't necessarily turn out exactly the way that I wanted, but that's just kind of the fun of it. So let's go view. Window arrange to up vertical. And so maybe this will get your little engines rolling, and So I basically use, like, for most of the main petals, I use two brushes from this collection, and it was pretty easy. So this is something that anybody can do. You don't have to have any special drawing talents. So I'll just show you how I did it, and we'll go through it real fast, and maybe you'll see something interesting. So let's go here. So I've got my little guide, a little rough guide, and just I've uh, got some idea from some flower on Pinterest or something, some flower illustration. So don't need to reinvent the wheel. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to just have those, little leaves coming out. So I'm going to make a new layer underneath it. And what I used was my lasso tool. So it's not very, what do you call it? I'm not going to worry about being super precise. So I'll just go kind of like leaf by leaf here. And let's see here. So, and I don't have the steadiest hand, but I'll just try to make some like wiggles on the top of the flower shape there. And I'm just going to, I kind of want them not to touch, so I'm just going to make my shape like this. Now, if you wanted to save this shape, which is probably a good idea, I did not do this um, on my other one, you could fill in this shape, and that way you'll never lose the shape in case you want to like refer to it again. So that's something you can do non-destructively. Did not do that when I first did it, but let me deselect this. So now I've got that leaf shape saved in case I need to refer back to it. So I'll do that because that's the right thing to do here. So, all right, so I made that. I'm going to make a new layer, and then I'll click Command or Control if you're on a PC, and I'll click on this layer here, the shape that I drew, and then I'll hide it because I don't need it. And then I'm going to go to my pattern stamp tool. We are doing the multicolor technique per usual. So what I did was I got too many colors open here. I grabbed a red from my Ruby Garnet jewel collection, and I'll link that down below. But I grabbed this red here, and I grabbed brush number 11 from the new brush collection. So got this, and I wanted it to fade. And here you can't see as much. I think I will want to fade more than this, but I wanted to have and I'm just doing it very softly. Here you can see this. This is the brush if I, push full opacity. So the brushes is cool because it has more drama color mixing if you push harder, and then if you're lighter, then it has like less. The colors blend more softly. So I just did something like this. I wanted it to barely, let me just undo that. Actually, since I have this here, I think I want to have it fade. It's like I want to have it kind of fade into the background, and then have like higher opacity up here. So I just did something like this. So I'm not going to worry about it if it's perfect, but that's fine. And I'll make a new layer and try to work everything non-destructively. And then I grabbed brush number 12, and I went and I wanted kind of a pink, so I grabbed from my Modern Impressionist color palettes. That's why I like to keep these always in my color palettes, because it's got like such a good variety of colors, so I can always just have something to grab when I want a color palette really quick. And I grabbed this one that has like a little pink in the red. And then now I'm on, this is brush number, let me just deselect this. So this is brush number 12. And as you can see, it's coming out as a very like soft sort of watercolory thing. Let me just double check which brush. 5, 10, 11. Yes, I think it was brush 12, I guess. Did I? Yeah, no, it was. Okay, because I thought I maybe saved. Okay. Let's go back here. Yeah, so you get that brush number 12, get that color palette. I'm going to save this over here as a tool, so that way I can kind of flip back and forth quite a bit faster. So let's go back to this layer here, and I'm going to select, go to my original selection layer, and I'm going to command click on it, load my selection, and then I'll just paint here on the edge. So let's go back to this. Let's here. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of go along the edge here and kind of highlight that edge, play a little bit with it. So, and that's fine. Won't worry about it too much. So you can get the idea. So just kind of defining that edge, and then we're having that kind of gradient down into nothing. So let's just repeat that with, so I got a new layer, and now I'll go like a little bit faster here. So I'm going to get my lasso tool, and I'll do this, this petal here, and just do some squigglies. My hand is like pretty steady enough, so good. So let's go back, and now I'm just gonna, because I keep my, like if I'm reusing a brush, I'll keep it over in my tool presets panel rather than messing up my brushes here or like trying to find it again, and that helps me do things a little bit faster. So rather than open up my brush panel again, I'll just grab brush number 11 here and just give that a little whatever, and then I'll make a new layer. I did not save my petal shape, but in this case, I don't think I'm going to, finally, because you guys can do that if you like, but for this, I'm just going to go fast. So anyway, and I like kind of adding some little highlights here, and it's giving like it a glow, which is nice. So each of the petals has like 2 layers, just the brush number 11 for the base, and then I'm accenting it with brush number 12 with a little bit of a lighter. So let's deselect that. Hey David, oh my gosh, from shorts and t-shirt weather in New Mexico. That's nice. It's getting, I'm in Bucharest, Romania, and it is getting warm, and it's interesting. It's my first time here, and so I will tell you guys something really funny. And I'm just gonna, I'll tell you this while I'm going and doing the same thing on my next life, but I did not know. So apparently, I'm in an Airbnb, and apparently a lot of the apartments have their hot water on a central heating system. And so I was not aware that it's a thing that the water, that the hot water goes out. And so I have not had hot water in the apartment since Sunday. So this is something new and interesting I have learned. And some of the newer places have their own water heater and stuff, but this place does not. So that's a little interesting tidbit while I'm drawing there. And I am desperately waiting, but and so I have to do like a pioneer and heat up water on the stove and put it in the bathtub. Thankfully, there is a bathtub. And yeah, so that's just a little tidbit of my day. So, okay, so I did the first layer, and then I try to like make sure that it has like no I let it like fade off into the, what do you call it? Fade off into the bottom there, and you know, not to fill it in down at the bottom because I wanted to have that kind of fade. And then now I'm just gonna grab the brush number 12 and then just do that edging. Let's make a new layer. Yeah, no, I'm on a new layer. Yeah. Hello. Deselect, okay. Let's go select, reselect, okay. Do not know what was happening there, okay. So anyway, I will just put a little bit of highlights there, and then we're good. So we're gonna fly through this. We do not want to take too much time, but yeah, we will do this. And I'm using pretty much, no, I think I used all of the brushes are from a new collection. Okay, so I'm gonna mark this layer because all those layers so far were in the background layers, the back 3 petals. Now we're gonna do the front ones. So I'm going to put them on the front, and I'm gonna mark that so I know where the difference is. And so I'll just take my my tool here, and let's go back and draw another petal. This front petal here, make some wigglies. So we'll do like so, not gonna worry about it if it's perfect. Let's get brush number 11. And this one, yeah, I wanna put fill in most of that. That's fine. Make a new layer, grab brush number 12. It's got the pink and kind of highlight the edges there. So just kind of having fun. It's very soft. So liking that. Let's deselect. And let's just do the last two. So let's make a new layer. And I'm going to make sure that they don't touch because I want to make sure that that it fades off or whatever. I could probably do, like, I could probably use my, I think I'll have these fade a little bit more because I want to see some dark here, or I could use some shadows. So let's just quick fill out these last petals. That's fine. Make a new layer, brush number 12 with the lighter pink, and that's fine. Okay, new layer and last petal, and we are going to be flying through this, and I will have like this tutorial kind of keep it wrapped to like about a half an hour, so that's good. Try not to be too boring and long, but do like little things. Okay, so I'm just going to do like that. It kind of has that fade there. Make a new layer. I want brush number 12, which is already loaded, and because I'm using my tool presets, it's like switching a bit faster, so it's nice. I don't have to go search up the brush and everything. I use those a lot for my project based, while I'm working on a project. I use that tool presets panel a lot because that way I don't have to like go click here, or like if you click add a new brush, it'll add it wherever you are, so it can mess up your brush panel, or you have to go like click outside of this and then, you know, do whatever. So for me, tool presets are still really useful, and I use them all the time when I'm working. And so that's pretty good enough. I think I will take, let's see here, I will turn off the guide for now. And now let's see here, I'm going to lock that because I want to select these, like these two petals here. Now what I could do is I could hit Command G or Control, group them, and then put a layer mask. And what I could do to have a little bit more drama there is I could, where is it? Oh my Lord. Okay, gradient tool. I was like, I'm not finding the gradient tool. And I could take, I'll have my gradient on foreground to transparent, just fine. And I could use like the round one and just go like this, and then it fades it a little bit more so we can see, so we can have some of that dark background there to feel that depth a little bit more, which I think I will do that because I kind of want to have that fading into the darkness there. And I think I will do the same thing with these two. So that's those two petals. I just group them, layer mask. Oh, I forgot to check my comments over. Oh, no, I don't have any there. Okay. And same thing, we got the gradient tool, and I might have them fade a little bit because I want to, you know, have that depth feeling or whatever. And how do you save the brushes into the tool presets? Oh, Ruth, so how I save them is like, say I have this brush right here, and I've got it loaded with the brush that I want and the color. So all you have to do is when you have your tool presets panel, just click this plus right here, and you can save it, you could rename it, what have you, and I'll have include the pattern so it has that color loaded up. So it's like really quite handy for me. And so I keep that, you know, just there, and like I'll, you know, use have that open, and it just it's better for me. And then if I need to find another brush, then you know, I can go back through here, but the ones that I've already, you know, that I'm using multiple times, that is a real help for me personally. So definitely I take advantage of that. And then now I'm going to make that little, this here. So that one was, I want to say it's brush number 14. So we are going to go to our document here, and these are the front ones. So I'm going to just put it underneath those. I'm going to have these are the front ones. And so I'll put it just be underneath it. So I'm gonna put this color as yellow, and I think this is the brush. Okay, yeah, so this is brush 14 of the new collection, and it's got a real fuzzy kind of edge. It's not so, it's one of the ones that has like the fuzzy edge, which is cool, a little bit different. Not all of them have a fuzzy edge. And then I just kind of went like this here in the middle, and then you've got a nice little, you know, center of your flower. I like how it, so you can just play with it till you're happy. That's fine. I'm going to hit save. I don't know that oh, I'm so bad. That's your 6th demo or live. I'm so bad. I did not save that the whole time. Very crazy. Yeah. Oh, glad you like that. So we're getting there. You see, it's already coming together. And if it's even a little too dramatic, what I could do is take these, like take some of these leaves. I could just go like this to select them. And I could even take the opacity down if I'm finding it's a little bit too dramatic. So you can always do that. That's kind of nice. But I like how it's turning out. It's abstract. It's, you know, like whatever. And now I'm going to go to here, and then I'm going to make a new layer underneath it. And I believe that I had, okay, so this is brush 6. And I like how these couple of these brushes has this sort of, these are not the watercolor ones. These are more of the whispers, but I like how they have this sort of, like a hollowness, or I don't know what you would call that, but I think it's fun. You could do like a lot of fun things with it. So what I did was I loaded it up with like a lighter pink from the Modern Impressionist brush color palettes, and then I just did a little wiggle here and just kind of added some little accents. And here, if you do, you can kind of see this brush. It's the brush tip shape is a circle, so yeah, so I just kind of had some fun with that. Just kind of made a little something here. So I thought it was interesting. You could take another one, but I kind of, okay, I like how that turned out actually. That's good. It's not like any flower in nature. It's just out of my imagination, but I think it's fun. So I have fun with that. So that's brush number 6 with the pink loaded up into it. And that was pretty much it. And so then I just kind of freestyled, and I thought it would be fun to add some like wet, like some of the watercolory things, and add this like kind of glows around it. So let's hear, what did I do? I had, here is brush number 9, and I can make a new layer on top. And I think I just kind of, here you can see, let's just zoom in so you can see how pretty this brush is. It's got that gorgeous, gorgeous sort of texture in there. This one can make some really cool sort of glassy effects. I have to make a demo with that, but let me just zoom in here. So what I did was I just kind of, yeah, like made some highlights, and I like this. I just was playing with that transparency, that translucency. So I was just kind of going around and adding some of that. And let's see, what did I do? Maybe, oh no, that's brush 12. And so then I just kind of had some fun and started like taking some brushes, and I went to the background, like behind the flower. And I think, I don't know that I don't think I saved the brushes, but I just grabbed like a dark red, and let's see what this, I still don't have all of them kind of like saved in my head. They're all quite new. Brush 10 looks interesting. There's a lot of them. I love brush 2. Let me go to brush 10 here. So, 2 seconds. So yeah, I just kind of like was playing even on the top of it, kind of putting some brush strokes around it. Maybe I'll go like with a lighter red here, and kind of just, I was kind of like wanting to soften this and make it look a little bit more watercolory. And I like how that's actually turning out. That's quite nice. To soften some of those harsh edges, I think is kind of nice. So I like how it turned out. It's different, you know. And even I could do like I did in the background. Did I don't know if I saved what color, what layer 19, layer 17, 2. I really like the softness that I did over here on the side. I forget, but I didn't label what brush that I used. Here we can see it's got like a nice texture in it. So let's see here. Make a new layer below. Where is my chart? Wonder if I can, I wonder if I can, maybe I'll try brush 2. Yeah, that's why I have got to remember to write down which brush I use. But anyway, there's no right or wrong brush, but I really liked the softness and just kind of playing with, and I want to like enlarge it actually, kind of maybe doing some stuff around it. But anyway, there's no right or wrong way, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. Oh, hey, hello from Germany. Glad to see you. So let me just, let's see here. Let me shut this one off. Let's hear. Do I want to save that? No, don't save. So yeah, I just put like on the first one that I did. I think this one that I did actually turned out better than the first one. Let me just delete my side. But I kind of like just, you know, playing with that background. I think these brushes could be really nice for doing some like a really soft kind of background, like a portrait, like I don't know, some really, you know, you could just do even just backgrounds just with a single brush stroke, but just really cool, really nice. So I liked it okay. Not, you know, maybe not my absolute favorite, but we used all the brushes from the collection. So that's something to get your ideas flowing, and I will really like to see what you guys would do with these brushes. And I have more brushes coming, so stay tuned. I've got some really exciting things that I'm working on. And what else? Yeah, so I'm excited. And I have some different ideas of, oh yeah, this one definitely looks better. But whatever. I'm like, I did this one. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I had to push my live stream back. I was like, it's like 8:30 and I'm like, oh my, I'm like, I don't even have anything good to like share. I was like, quick, do something. So I just did this really fast. But anyway, now I have, oh, hey, Pauline, glad to see you. Got to catch you over there. But yeah, so I'm glad that I usually work well under pressure just to like get something done. So that's whenever I have a pressure, I'm like, oh, I need to like demo something in 30 minutes. So that's just what I did. But anyway, and then what else? Yeah, so that's it. The new brushes, if you're a Behance subscriber, you can download them or you can get them on my website. And then also, I will be sharing some more stuff. And over the weekend, I'm one of my passions that I like love is I love Formula One, and it's the Monaco Grand Prix. So I'm going to try to do some art that's inspired by that. So if I have something cool, I'll share you. I'll go live and share some F1 inspired art. So, oh, thank you so much, Linda. I'm glad to catch everybody online, and I will have the demo files available for my Behance subscribers. So, and you can use these even in your works and in your projects and stuff. So, thanks so much, everybody, for chatting and making it a lot more fun for me. And don't forget to message me if you have any suggestions or anything like that. I was just glad to get these brushes pushed out so I can get into the next stuff. Oh, glad, Ruth. Yes, I will have. I'm so looking forward to the weekend because it's the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm not in France now, but I love Monaco, and I love like when I was living in France or just last month. I love going there all the time. It's really fun. So, all right, guys, I will catch you soon, and I'll let you know tomorrow if I'm going to be able to go live at the same time. So yeah, glad to see you too, Sherry. Um, Glad to see you too, Jada. Yay! I'm gonna use my Google Translate there. All right, guys. See you soon.